Have you spent years going through life and now you have some meaning, some stories, and some wisdom that you could share with people, but it's all in your head? What happens if you do not write that down? I want to share with you today 3 reasons why it's the perfect time for women in their 40s or 50s to write their book. I'm Vicky Lord, and I help you to write the book you were born to write. If you feel that there is some kind of wisdom within you, then you would like my free 5-day book starter challenge. That's the very first part to writing your book. And the 3 reasons I want to share with you today why it's perfect time for you to start. Number one is that you've got so much wisdom within you. You know, if you take a look at your life inventory and you start from the day you were born, and then you walk through your childhood years, and then your teenage years, and then your young adult years, and now you're a wonderful adult, and you've got this wisdom that you can share with others. And you know, this is more than just sharing what happened or what you've been through. It's actually a roadmap for other people. And so if you have a desire within you that you have this wisdom that you want to share, there's nothing better than writing it down. And I know when I keep my thoughts up in my mind, it's frustrating. And it's like there's so much I want to do. And if you don't do it, then what would happen? And it's extreme, but what would happen if you died and all of that was within you? There was nothing given. The roadmap for another person never came about. It just stayed in your head. And if you don't know how to start writing out the meaning and the wonder that you have to share, then you can start with one of my little challenges, like the 5-day book starter. And this will help you to actually start to frame and to get out of you what you want to share with the world because your message is so important. Imagine one day somebody picks up your book and you help them through some kind of a life challenge or a life struggle. And, you know, your wisdom helped them to get through that. And, you know, you don't always, when we're writing books, a lot of the time, one of the fears that come up when I'm talking to people is they're like, I don't know how to write my book without hurting somebody else. And that's not what the book is about. You know, all of us have a story, and often stories involve two people. So it has yourself and another person, or it has yourself and your inner talk. There's always a conversation happening in books. And the number one um, thing that I get from women is I don't know how to share my story without hurting someone else. And so the way that you can do this is to make it ambiguous. So you're not naming anyone and you don't even have to name yourself. Your wisdom isn't based on who the person is, it's based on the meaning that's coming through. And so you're 100% ready if you have that little desire and catch that little fear that says, I don't know how I'm going to do this, or I don't know how I'm going to not hurt somebody else. We can guide you through that process so you don't hurt anyone. Um, so the second reason why now is the perfect time for you to write your book is the whole one day feeling, you know, like one day I'll share my message with the world, one day. And one day is really dangerous, you know, it just, you can click your fingers like that, and one day is 10 years, one day is 20 years. And so if you want your legacy, if you think about yourself and your book, you're creating a legacy, and your next generation, if you want to hand it down to your next generation, imagine what that would be like. Imagine your children or your children's children having your book. They would never have that if you kept saying one day. And so the second reason why you're ready to write your book is because your legacy is worthy, and your children are worthy, and your children's children are worthy. And so we don't want to keep this legacy up in our head. We want to have something to give our children. You know, when I do have my time on this earth and I go, my children are going to get a part of me. They're going to get my books. And my my son has written a book. And so when he has his time that he leaves this earth, his children will have his book. And so that is a legacy that is priceless. You can't put a price on the wisdom that you're giving to the next generation. And so if you don't know how to even start with the wisdom and what's really within you, I take you through day one of the Book Starter Challenge to really ask you some questions which are going to prompt the deeper part of you that's going to leave it for your next generation. So if this is meaningful to you, writing a book that you can pass down to your children, so they have a piece of you, then comment below and say, yes, I'm ready. I want to hear who has a legacy mission within them. Because I want to know that I'm not the only one who feels as passionate about passing something on to the next generation. So let me know if you're writing for somebody special in your life. And the third reason I want to let you know that you can write your book today is because you're actually ready. You know, that feeling that we're not ready, that's a little lie that's just hanging around, and it's just like, you think that you have to go and be like one of the gurus and take 6 months away in a cabin and go to the snow, lock yourself in, write your book, and it's going to take so much effort. It's not going to take that much effort. You'll be so surprised at the fun process that it really is. And it's not it's not the time that it takes, it's the system. And that's why I created the Author's Quest, which is where you write your book in 90 days, and we break it down into 30-day chunks. And then we break it down into 10-day chunks. And so once you have the system in place, you can whip out your books wherever you are and you can be ready right here, right now. And you don't have to go and take yourself away from your family and do all that perceived kind of stress that people think is attached to writing a book. I've written multiple books myself, and the process is fun, and I want that for you as well. So if you're ready to stop waiting and you're ready to write your book, you can follow this channel, Victoria Ann Lord, where I give you daily tips on how to write your book, and also get the free 5-day book starter challenge so you can start today. This is the first part of writing your book in 90 days. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next